Hi everyone and welcome. Geothermal Rising is excited to share this presentation about geothermal energy and how it shapes our world. In this video, we'll explore how geothermal energy has been used throughout history, how it supports our lives today, and why it's such an important resource for a clean energy future. To start off, let's meet our presenter. Hi, I'm Amaris Khan, an Earth Energy Fellow at Geothermal Rising. I earned my bachelor's degree in geology in 2024, and since joining Geothermal Rising in 2025, I've been helping with research to raise awareness about geothermal energy. I also develop educational and community engagement materials to help people better understand and appreciate this important resource. So, what will we cover in this presentation? First, we'll explore geothermal, past and present, looking at what geothermal energy is, its history, its cultural significance. Next, we'll dive into how geothermal works and its applications, including how we use the Earth's heat, different systems, and the benefits for communities. And finally, we'll talk about careers and opportunities in geothermal, from available jobs and programs to how students can get involved through Geothermal Rising. Before we dive deeper, pause. Take out your worksheets so you can follow along and jot notes or thoughts as we go. If you don't have it yet, you can scan this QR code to access the worksheet. To help explain the basics, we'll watch a short video from the Department of Energy called Geothermal 101. It gives a clear overview of what geothermal energy is and how it's used.
You may have relaxed in a natural hot springs pool, or seen the old faithful geyser blasting hot water into the air in Yellowstone National Park. But have you ever thought of where all that heat comes from? Well, it comes from deep beneath the surface of the Earth, and it's called geothermal energy. And we can use it to generate clean, renewable electricity. Okay, here's how geothermal works. Heat from the Earth's crust warms water that has seeped into underground reservoirs. In some places, when water becomes hot enough, it can break through the Earth's surface as steam or hot water. This usually happens where the Earth's crust, or plates, meet and shift. In the past, taking advantage of geothermal energy was limited to areas where hot water flowed near the surface. But as geothermal technologies advance, we can leverage even more of these natural, renewable energy sources.
Now that we've seen the basics in the video, let's take a closer look at what geothermal energy actually is and why it's so valuable. Geothermal energy is the natural heat that comes from the earth. This heat can be harnessed for electricity, heating, and even cooling. It's a reliable and renewable energy source that provides constant power day and night, regardless of weather or season. Geothermal energy is also incredibly versatile. It can power homes, commercial buildings, industrial processes, and even large power plants. Finally, it's a sustainable solution that helps reduce carbon emissions and our dependence on fossil fuels, making it an important part of a cleaner energy future. Now that we understand what geothermal energy is and why it's important, let's take a quick look at its history. Geothermal energy has been used by humans for thousands of years. Ancient cultures relied on hot springs for warmth and even healing purposes. In 1904, the first geothermal electricity was produced in Italy, marking the beginning of geothermal power as we know it today. Over the 20th century, geothermal power plants spread to the United States, Iceland, and other countries, helping meet growing energy needs. Today, geothermal energy continues to power homes, cities, and industries all around the world. Let's take a closer look at how different cultures have used geothermal energy throughout history. As you can see on the map, geothermal energy has played an important role around the world. Across the Andes and North America, hot springs were important for daily life and healing. In Japan and China, people used them for healing and luxury, and the Romans built huge bath networks. In the Philippines and Indonesia, geothermal sites were linked to the gods and creation stories. And in Italy, over 100 spa had popped up by the 1300s, many of which are still popular today. Now that we've looked at the history of geothermal energy, let's see how the Earth's heat actually reaches the surface. Heat comes from deep inside the Earth, from the core and mantle. It moves upwards through the rock layers by either conduction, which is heat moving through solid rock, or by convection, which is heat carried by hot moving fluids. In some areas, this heat gets trapped close to the surface. By drilling deep wells, we can access this heat and use it to generate electricity for homes, buildings, and more. Geothermal energy taps into the heat stored beneath the Earth's surface. We can use this heat directly for things like heating buildings, or we can turn it into electricity by using steam and turbines, just like in power plants. This diagram shows how the heat from below is captured and turned into energy we can use every day. Geothermal is very adaptable. It can generate electricity, heat and cool homes and buildings, and even support industrial processes. It works both on small and large scales, from systems in individual homes to huge geothermal power plants, making it a flexible energy solution for many different needs. Now that we've seen how versatile geothermal energy is, let's look at some of the specific ways it's used depending on the temperature of the heat underground. For low and medium temperature, geothermal resources, we can use them for things like heating and cooling buildings or direct use application like warming water or greenhouses. For high temperature resources, we can generate electricity using hydrothermal systems, enhanced geothermal systems, and even advanced geothermal systems. These high temperature systems can also store thermal energy for later use. Let's take a closer look at how mid temperature geothermal energy is used in everyday life. One of the coolest uses of geothermal energy is for heating and cooling. This temperature underground stays pretty steady year round, around 50 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit. That's what makes geothermal heat pumps so efficient. In the summer, the system pulls warm air from the house, sends it underground where it cools, and brings it back inside. In the winter, it does the opposite, drawing heat from the ground to warm the home. This process can reduce energy by up to 60%, which means big savings on energy bills and a smaller carbon footprint. Another example is district heating, where a network of pipes brings geothermal heat to multiple buildings or even whole neighborhoods. This way, lots of homes and businesses can use the Earth's heat efficiently. Low temperature geothermal energy has lots of practical uses beyond heating and cooling homes. It can help grow crops in greenhouses, support fish farming, process food, and even provide hot water for spas and wellness centers. Geothermal energy makes all of these activities more efficient and sustainable. Now let's take a look at the high temperature geothermal systems that can make electricity. There are four main types. Hydrothermal systems use naturally hot water and steam from underground. Enhanced geothermal systems, or EGS, heats up dry rock by making cracks so water can carry the heat to the surface. Advanced geothermal systems, or AGS, uses a closed loop of liquid to pull heat from hot rock without cracking it. And super hot rock systems tap into super hot rock deep underground. Thanks to these new technologies, It's becoming easier to unlock geothermal energy in more places around the world, not just where natural hot water is available. Now that we've seen the different ways geothermal energy can be captured, let's talk about why it's such a great energy source. Geothermal isn't just powerful, it's also reliable and renewable. It provides constant power day and night, no matter the weather, which makes it a stable source for clean energy. Because the heat comes from deep underground, it can keep producing energy for a long time with very low emissions. And since this heat is naturally replenished, geothermal energy is available in many places around the world. Geothermal energy has a low environmental impact. It uses less land than many other energy sources and produces very little carbon dioxide. For example, a geothermal power plant emits only 0.05 kilograms of CO2 for every kilowatt per hour of electricity it makes, which is much less than a gasoline car. Burning just 1 gallon of gas releases 8.9 kilograms of CO2. Overall, geothermal energy is one of the cleanest ways to produce power. Geothermal energy isn't just good for the environment, it can also support local economies and communities. Geothermal projects can provide financial incentives like land royalties, property tax, and well paid jobs during construction and operations. They also benefit local communities by creating employment opportunities, supporting public private partnership, increasing the tax base, and sharing revenue through royalties, helping grow communities and thrive. Now that we've seen how geothermal benefits communities, let's look at the exciting careers it offers. Geothermal is an industry that is growing, with something for everyone. There are jobs in earth sciences and engineering, like geologists, reservoir engineers, and data scientists. Fieldwork and operation roles, including drilling crews, plant operators, and site managers. And there are careers in sales and finance and policy, such as project developers, government relations specialists, and financial analysts. There are many pathways into a geothermal career, offering opportunities for entry level of education for every level of education and interest, whether through trade school and apprenticeships, leading to hands on roles in field operation and plant work. A 4 year college degree in disciplines like engineering, environmental science, or geology, or even advanced studies at the master's or PhD level focusing on research, innovation, policy, or leadership. There's a route into geothermal that matches your goals and strengths. Along with all of these jobs, a career in geothermal energy comes with some great benefits. Geothermal is an innovative and exciting industry that supports the clean energy movement. Careers in this field are stable and secure, with a diverse and inclusive working environment. There's a wide variety of opportunities, so there's really something for everyone. Now that we've looked into careers and benefits, let's see how students can get started. A growing number of schools and training programs across the country now offer pathways into geothermal energy. And the best part is, this number keeps growing every year, giving more students the chance to learn, get involved, and explore careers in this exciting field. Geothermal Rising Student Section helps future leaders in geothermal by offering professional development like mentors, workshops, and research awards. Students can take part in the community lead and leadership activities, including volunteer roles and committees. They also get access to resources and opportunities like scholarships, travel grants, discounted events, and networking. Student membership is affordable and opens doors to internships, career paths, and global geothermal experiences. With all of this in mind, it's clear that geothermal energy is exciting, important, and full of opportunities for the next generation. Thank you for watching. We hope that you enjoyed learning about geothermal energy, its history, how it works, and the many ways it's used, and the careers you can explore in this field. Remember, the Earth's heat is powerful, renewable resource, and you could be a part of shaping the future with it. Thank you.